Mark. My name is Lori. I am an occupational therapy student from Texas Women's University. And I am here to perform a functional range of motion movement or screening on you. The doctor requested it so that it will give us information as to whether or not you are going to need occupational therapy services. But before I administer this screening, I will need a verbal yes or no from you, permission as to whether or not that's okay if we perform this screening today.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what I will need you to do is follow my movements, and if any of the movements hurt, I want you to stop, because we don't want you to hurt yourself. We're just seeing how well you can move through different types of movements. So do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So and I'm also going to name the movements that we're doing as we're doing them, and what's the degrees of motion that we're doing. So the first movement is called shoulder flexions. So go ahead and raise your arms all the way to the ceiling, and that's 0 to 180 degrees, and then bring them all the way down. And then we're going to do shoulder hyperextension, or just extension, that is 0 to 45 degrees. Bring your arms back to your side. So now we're going to do shoulder abduction all the way up to the top, 180 degrees, and then shoulder adduction, and that's at 0. And bring your arms up. And this is internal rotation. Come and just touch your tummy, and that's 0 to 90 degrees, and come back out again. And then shoulder external rotation, and that is 0 to 90 degrees also. And then we're going to bring our arms back here, and that is internal rotation, and up back here and touch the back of your head, and that's shoulder external rotation. And then just bring your arms out to the side, and this will be horizontal adduction, and we're going to bring them all the way across, and that's 0 to 130 degrees. And we're going to come back and do shoulder adduction or abduction, and that is 0 to 40 degrees, horizontal abduction. Okay, so go ahead and bring your arms back to your side, and now we're going to work on the elbow area, and that is elbow flexion is the next one. Bring your arms all the way up to the top, so that's 0 to 145 degrees, and then bring your elbows all the way down and straighten them all the way out, and it does not look like you have any hyperflexion in your elbows, which is good. And now we're going to do your forearms, and we're going to do supination, so palms up, and that is 0 to 90 degrees, and pronation, 0 to 80 degrees. We're going to move on to the wrist flexion, 0 to 90 degrees, wrist extension, 0 to 70 degrees, and then come over here, and ulnar deviation, 0 to 30 degrees, radial deviation, 0 to 20 degrees, and then we're going to do finger flexion, or finger extension, and that is 0 to 20 degrees. So you're just going to hold your hands like this, not move your wrist, just bring your fingers up. Good. So that's 0 to 20 degrees. And then we're going to do finger flexion, that's 0 to 90 degrees, just making a fist. And then we're going to bring our fingers out, that's abduction of the fingers, 0 to 20 degrees. Adduction is together at 0. We're going to turn our hands up, and we're going to do thumb extension and flexion. Those are both 0 to 45 degrees. Abduction and adduction, those are both 0 to 50 degrees. And then we're going to just add in thumb oppositions, so touching your thumb to your smallest finger, and then each finger individually. Okay, Mark, it looks like your movement appears to be within the functional range of motion. So I'm going to recommend to your doctor that you do not need OT services at this time. Thank you for coming in today, and you have a great day.